Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, today's Saturday, the day before the resurrection. Yesterday, Friday, we studied that Jesus was crucified at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then at noon the sun went dark, and then at 3 o'clock in the afternoon he said, "It is finished." And of course, then something unique took place because there were two unusual men, both of them members of the Sanhedrin. Both of them possibly had been in the meetings where Jesus had been condemned. I'm sure they didn't vote for his condemnation, but at the same time, we have no record that they spoke up for his condemnation, against his condemnation. And yet they were there, we believe, at the cross of Calvary. And no doubt, maybe they ran into each other, Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus. They'd known each other for years. They'd gone to the synagogue together. They had both were rich and both were very aware of what the scriptures taught about the Bible. They were very religious. They were members of the Sanhedrin, but they were at the cross because they had seen enough evidence to help them believe. And of course, remember, Nicodemus had met with the Lord Jesus Christ one night asking some questions, and now they had their opportunity to do something. I'm convinced at the cross their heart was totally changed when the sun went black and when the earth quaked and when the centurion said, "Surely this is the Son of God." Both this rich man and religious man, both these men came to faith in Jesus Christ, and Joseph went and begged for the body of Jesus, and they together buried his body in Joseph's unused tomb. Joseph said, he said he's going to rise again. I think I could let him use it for a few days. I can just imagine that. And so you might be wondering, well, what happened on Saturday? Well, the only record we have is in Matthew chapter 27, verses 62 through 66, and that is the next day which followed the day of preparation. The chief priests and the Pharisees gathered together with Pilate, and they said, "Sir, we remember while he was alive how this deceiver said, 'After 3 days I will rise.' Therefore command that the tomb be made secure until the third day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away and say to the people, 'He has risen from the dead,' so that the last deception will be worse than the first." And Pilate said to them, "You have a guard, go your way, make it as secure as you know how." And they went and made the tomb secure, sealing the stone and setting the guard. And so the only record we have is every one of these other religious leaders were afraid. What if it comes true that he resurrects from the dead? We've got to stop that. We've got to make sure that doesn't happen. And they were so afraid. And so you can imagine, because of all the events of the week, the hosannas when Jesus came in to Jerusalem on Sunday, the cleansing of the temple, the people believing that he would be the king, Christ doing the miracles that he did over the 3.5 years up to this point. There was evidence that this could be the Son of God. This could be the Messiah who has come to deliver us, who has come to save us. And yet they did everything they could, again, to seal him in a tomb. But my friend, you can't seal him in a tomb. And what I'm just amazed about, the hardest people in all the world to reach, the religious crowd and the rich crowd. They're hard to understand the gospel of Jesus Christ. But here at the cross, these two men, Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus, are transformed by the power of the cross and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I'm convinced they believed he would rise again, and they were only putting him in the borrowed tomb temporarily. This happened on Saturday, and I just again think today is a good day for you and I to reflect upon what's happened through the week and prepare ourselves for the greatest day of history, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. In the morning when the sun rises over the horizon, we're reminded that the Son of Man, Jesus Christ, is risen, and we'll be celebrating his resurrection. Well, God bless you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.